the hit like I think it's TLC TV series Wife Swap.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like something else.
in which families swap wives for like a week.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Sounds funny though.
Yeah, might need to mute this, but I thought that was a porn category.
Just another word for cuckolding.
Hi, welcome back to Logline. We're here to do the show again. I am Nick, the one from Avengers.
I'm Julian, the guy from The Strokes.
I'm Charles, the guy from School of Rock.
I
have no music reference.
This is our guest Charles. He is from the School of Rock.
Yeah, I watched
studied there many a year.
Many a year at Dewey Finn's School of Rock in the advanced rock category.
Advanced rock.
Advanced rock.
That's called geology.
Nice.
Thanks.
So, okay, this is Logline, and as a reminder, we take an idea or concept or something that you have, and we make a movie idea out of it, and then by the end, we come up with a logline and a title. So, Charles, do you have anything off the dome that you want to talk about? Otherwise, I'll give you like a prompt.
Yeah, give me a prompt.
All right.
I'm not going to bother.
This is the classic prompt. Julian loves this one. In a world where thing happens, what is thing?
Maybe like a civil collapse.
A civil collapse.
It sounds like it's going to be in the wake of a war. Do we have a war movie on our hands?
Oh, we might have a war
We always
movie.
make war movies.
I would say more than half of our episodes have turned
Okay,
into war
what has
movies.
been like the genre spread of your guys' film so far?
Decent amount of psychological horror besides war.
Yeah, war movies, psychological horrors. We've had last time we had a lot of fruit or like food based films. I'd say those are the major themes that we've seen.
Avant-garde. We've had a few.
A few avant-garde, yeah.
Yeah.
So you said civil collapse.
Yeah.
Okay. Speak on that.
I don't know. I was just thinking of something funny I heard earlier.
Right. Okay. Civil collapse. We
yeah.
have. Okay.
Yeah.
We have a civil engineer. He's like
the thing that he's working on falls over.
Yeah.
He's 85. He's working on a job site, and he falls down.
And he doesn't have a life alert.
He doesn't have a life alert. So he is a civil engineer that has collapsed.
Yeah, and the title would probably be Civil Collapse.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what's is this like a rehabilitation movie? Yeah.
Where he like trains back up?
Yeah, he trains back up to be a civil engineer.
Well, then maybe he shouldn't be 85.
No, that'd be funny. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay,
can you imagine a montage scene with this 85-year-old who's like supposed to be really cool? You know, we have cool music playing.
Yeah.
And he's just like barely moving.
Yeah. No, he's like the civil engineer elder of his city.
Okay. And he wears a funny hat.
Yeah.
To like signify that he is like the top civil engineer.
It's like a Pope hat. It's like the cone things.
Cone hat.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like he's the guy that if anyone asked anyone in that city if you needed something civilly engineered, who would you go to? And they would say him. And then if you asked him if he needed something civilly engineered, who would you go to? And he would say, I couldn't do it, no one could.
So this guy's like,
he's
almost like a superhero of civil engineers.
Everybody knows his name.
Everybody knows his name. He walks into the bar and they're like, "That's name."
Yeah, it's like all the ground everyone walks on is there
because of him.
He's civil engineer.
Did he build the town?
Yeah, is he like the mayor? Like, is he kind of like this man? Not man behind the curtain, I guess, because everybody knows him. But like, is he kind of a dictator of this town?
I don't know. I feel like he might be. I don't know. I don't see him as a. Maybe he is a bad person. Maybe he is kind of like full of himself.
He could be flawed.
Yeah. So like this civil collapse is what puts him on his like hero's journey.
Mm.
You know?
I see.
Yeah.
So his origin story is that he built this town
on rock and roll.
brick by brick, board by board, on rock and roll.
On rock and roll.
Yeah, like he may not be the mayor, but no matter who's in power, like it's still everyone's still like is in debt to him.
Is he like a mob boss?
I think he probably takes on that role.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he's a mob boss of the civil engineer union. And
So what does he do like under the table? Does he build things like illegal buildings?
Illegal material usage. So like maybe like there's a specific blend of concrete that's been banned because it's too strong.
It's like they use asbestos as an additive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just uses all these like really toxic, awful materials.
It's genetically modified.
Genetically modified concrete.
We've had so many episodes where we talk about genetically modified things too. Why does it always comes to that somehow?
I was just thinking of like this illegal concrete is like if you treat it like food or something, like there's like pesticides or like
Microplastics.
Microplastics. But that makes it stronger.
It does.
And that's why he sells it under the table, because like it is a objectively better material.
And it's cheaper to make.
And it's cheaper to make, yeah.
But if it cracks or anything, like there's asbestos in it.
There's asbestos in it, so then you'll die.
Yeah.
You'll get asbestos.
So what do you think?
Asbestos.
Do you think he takes generous donations to put his seal of approval on it?
I see. Yeah, I think people would come in and be like, we need the approval of this character. He's like their inspector, but you know, he's a little bit corrupt. He'll take some bribes. So like maybe they'll be like, oh, this thing isn't exactly up to like the law code, but he's like, my personal code, it like is good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in a weird twist, because he built this city, all of his codes are like better than like the city codes.
Better because he allows asbestos?
No, better because like in terms of like purely civil engineering and like structural integrity.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So like the standards that he's building his buildings are higher than what is like the government standard.
Yeah.
But his flaw is that he uses the toxic materials to do it.
This works really well with his arc that I'm kind of assuming here,
Mhm.
that he falls over.
Yeah.
And that's what starts his hero's journey,
Yeah.
as you said. So if he is initially not very fond of caring about people's well-being
Mm-hmm.
and only really cares about the structural integrity of buildings,
The building's well-being, if you will.
yeah, he like shifts in the other direction. Like
I
he falls
see.
over and his injury makes him realize, man, it sucks to be injured.
Yeah.
I should stop putting asbestos in this stuff.
Oh,
So it's a story
I
about him
see.
through his own struggles, realizing other people's struggles.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. So we start off with this sort of we get the backstory of him building these buildings with these illegal materials that are very poisonous, but they make the buildings very structurally sound. That's why everything in the town that he's built has lasted so long. It's lasted longer than all the other civil engineers or architects or anybody who's come in. But the secret is he's like 85 now. The city's starting to age. And even though his materials are better, they're not invincible. So we're starting to see some of the cracks, some of the asbestos.
Yeah.
Some of the cracks.
Yeah, I think his realization will come when he like is in the hospital and he like sees like some part of the structure of the hospital it's in is like bearing like a significant load.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, wait, that can't be there. And then they're like, oh, why? What's wrong? And he realizes like he can't say why because he signed off on it. And it's his fault that it's like that.
Yeah.
And that like he put this whole hospital like in danger.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he has to like grapple with that, but also he has to save himself.
Yeah.
So he has to figure out a way to like fix it or like get out.
Yeah.
Oh.
So if he starts like sending note, like almost like a prison movie or something.
Okay.
Like he has to, because he's so famous, because he like built the city. Everyone's like kind of watching him to see how he's doing. So he has to find a way to communicate with like with someone on the outside who can fix all this
without like the nurses or the doctors finding out.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah.
So he's like, it is like a prison movie, but the prison is the hospital that he built.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a metaphor.
So he knows like the ins and outs of the hospital, but you're right. It's like a metaphor where he built his own, what would eventually be his own demise
on rock and roll.
On rock and roll. So there's a whole undertone in this film where he does a lot of hard drugs. And
There is?
And whenever he does hard drugs, he turns into a rock and roll fiend.
He gets like 50 years younger.
Yeah.
An electric guitar just like appears in his hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he can play like fucking wild.
Yeah. And then he like does shows and stuff. So he has this like alter ego.
Okay.
That's his rock and roll persona.
Yeah.
But nobody knows that he.
So he needs like a body double so that like while
Yeah.
he goes outside, if he's not gonna like do everything from inside,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna do hard drugs and turn into someone else.
That's exactly right.
As you have derailed.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. So he has this double life.
Yeah.
One of them as a very successful civil engineer, and one of them as a rock and roll star.
Yeah. But how does he take care of his broken? Does the broken leg kind of or broken? I don't know. Was it a broken? What did he break?
We haven't decided what he's broken. I just said that he collapsed.
Hip. I feel like that's a very old person thing to break.
Okay, broke his hip. But maybe that's how he found the people who would do the under the table deals with him, is at the rock shows. Because
He says, I'll direct you to a guy I know.
Because they're rock shows, but they're also
Rock. Dude, the idea of like a concert being the venue, pun intended, where people who want illicit building materials find their vendors is so fucking absurd.
It's a rock show.
It's a rock show.
Oh my, yeah.
And that's where people come backstage and sample the illegal material.
Yeah.
There's like tables with cubes of the material and then like hammers. They can try to break.
Yeah, they like crack it open and then like smell the poisonous fumes, and like that's how they get high.
That's the drug that
that's
he
good.
does. That's the drug that he does too.
Yeah.
That could be the drug that he does.
Yeah.
Makes you younger.
It makes
Yeah.
you younger. Yep.
Yeah. What would that material be? Would it be rebar that you crack open?
And you snort what's inside.
Yeah.
You already have a straw
Yeah.
or a dollar.
Yeah.
You know? You just shove the rebar up your nose carefully because it might be sharp.
Yeah.
Because it's rebar.
Because it's rebar. And then, is rebar hollow? Probably not.
No.
No.
But they make special
Yeah.
hollow rebar
They
for this
had
exact
it,
purpose.
Yeah, this exact purpose. So
Like,
maybe
this
that's what
rebar has been strengthened with something illegal though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it would be hollow.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. So, all right. So this civil engineer
Mm-hmm.
who built the town up, building the town on illegal
Building
materials in which he sells or finds people to buy from him at his rock and roll shows.
So even the people he does illegal business with don't really know that the elder is that corrupt. Like they still think he's a good guy, but like someone he knows has like connections has been like manipulating him. You know, like they think that this rocker who like has connections with the civil engineer.
Yeah.
They think that he's just like tricking the civil engineer into passing on.
They don't know that he's the same person.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
So like so with everyone he has a good image. Even.
Right. So they all like the rock and roll persona, and then everyone in the town likes the civil engineer.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he has to live this double life.
Mhm.
Is it one of those things where like he takes the drug and then he just like doesn't know the other person? Like it's a complete personality shift. Like the other person doesn't exist, or is he actually like acting?
Yeah, I think
he's
he
aware.
I think he knows because then that it would be hard to force a realization when he goes to the hospital of like how much he's messed up.
Okay.
Yeah, and we could have a fun. It's a good story container because it kind of like makes him have to be back at the hospital by the time like the drug wears off or whatever.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
So that would add tension naturally.
Okay. Let's talk about how does he either escape the hospital or what is he's at the hospital. They're like taking care of him or whatever because he's broken hip. They're like, we're gonna have to replace it, and they're gonna use some type of alloy for the hip replacement. But he has a better alloy that he wants them to use, so he has to try to swap the hip ball joint out with the one that he wants.
Wait, okay, I'm gonna throw this one out.
Okay.
Like, what if like the alloy that they're using?
Yeah.
They tell him that they're gonna use that alloy. And he's like, "Oh no, that's the alloy. I'll be a rocker forever." They put that alloy in me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because it's produced by his company.
Yeah, and it's like this. I don't know. This alloy has that drug in it or whatever.
And so he knows that if it's put in his body, it'll slowly leak out. And he'll always be a rocker.
But does he not want that?
I don't know, because then the elder disappears. I guess, or like he
has to maintain both.
His like quiet life disappears. I guess, or however quiet it is, but
he has to maintain both lives.
Yeah,
because if one leaves, then people start getting suspicious about the whole thing. Because they know that those two are working together, like the people who go to the rock shows.
Yeah,
they just don't know in what capacity. So like people at the rock shows might believe that the rocker is tricking the civil engineer.
Yeah.
So he's at the hospital. He's like, "Oh no, they cannot put this alloy in me. I will be a rock and roll demon forever." How does he swap it out with something else? Or how does he avoid getting this put into him?
I think that might be the impetus for him needing to leave the hospital so that he can do something to like either like delay or postpone or solve the issue that he's going to get this operation that he does not want to get.
Okay. So he has to, there's like an escape sequence.
Yeah, or like he needs to create like an alloy that will not do that to him.
Right.
Wouldn't he be able to just deny the treatment?
I guess so, but if it is like an alloy he's created, they'll be like, "You made this, you signed off. Like this is your product. Why?"
Yeah. He wants to keep his image.
Alive. Yeah. I think a lot of this is the internal like struggle to maintain an image that he's created. Because he's 85, right? So he's maintained this image for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not something that he's just going to willingly give up.
Yeah.
I want to bring Killdozer into this.
Okay? Well, we can bring Killdozer.
No, I'm kidding. I just
we can. I mean, are you familiar with Killdozer, Jillian?
No.
Please explain.
From what I understand, there's this guy in a small town in Colorado who lost it.
Oh,
and
I do know what this is.
Yeah, he encased a bulldozer in concrete and just went on a rampage, just destroying the town. And it was very fascinating.
So can we get a Killdozer like cameo?
Probably, yeah.
All right, cool.
Like that's his Batmobile. If he's like Bruce Wayne Batman,
that's how he gets around.
Yeah,
the Killdozer.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh man, that is great. I'm loving that. Okay, so he has to escape the hospital. He built the hospital, so he knows how to escape, but he's got to get through like nurses and doctors. Why, other than that, is he trying to like make it to a show? Is he trying to like where is he going right after he escapes the hospital?
Maybe I was gonna say maybe his business is struggling, but like the whole town relies on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I was gonna say like maybe he has to get out to make a deal.
What if he has like an Alfred character, like a assistant who knows about everything?
Master, what?
Yeah. I
That would be
the
good.
liberty of preparing your Killdozer.
Okay, so he has an assistant or a butler.
Yeah.
A Wayne.
Or Robin. I don't know.
Or a sidekick. What if he's got a sidekick? He knows he's old.
Well, he's in a band.
Yeah.
He's a rock. He has to have bandmates.
Oh yeah,
he has
yeah,
bandmates
of course.
that he's trying to train up to take over the business when he dies.
Yeah,
Maybe he has a drug that does the reverse thing. And
Makes them old.
yeah, maybe he like cons
Yeah.
one of them into
yeah,
being his double.
yeah. At this point, he's an alchemist, I think.
I see.
And
Okay.
I
Yeah.
like an alchemist who deals in like construction materials.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also think that they're like the sequence of him escape from the hospital the first time, at least.
Mm-hmm.
There could be some cool gimmicks in there. Like he realizes he's about to transform back, and he's like, "Wait, give me a second." And someone like stops him. And they're like, "Oh my god, you're that rocker," or whatever. And then he just like slowly like backs up to a wall and like breaks a pipe behind him because he knows that pipe has the drug in it or whatever. And then just like takes a quick like breathe from
He's
it.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like almost on a timer,
Yeah.
and he's got to constantly keep it up while he's
Yeah.
the rocker.
Can you ever watch like Tim Allen does in Santa Claus?
That shows him when he's gonna turn back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be pretty hype.
He's a wacky watch, but it's like a Flintstones watch. So it's made of like a
Concrete.
rock. It's made of concrete, and it has a concrete like a watch hand on it.
It has like those vacuum tubes on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. So he's trying to train up one of the bandmates. Okay, we didn't even decide like what part of the band is he?
Lead, probably.
Lead singer?
Yeah.
Lead
I mean,
singer and guitar?
if we want him to have this like double image where a bunch of people know him,
Mm-hmm. He's probably
both
lead.
regards, lead.
Yeah.
Okay, so which bandmate is he training up? Like one of the other guitarists?
Probably, I think it would have to be percussion. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know why.
So you want him to train up the drummer?
Yeah, drummer.
Or he could force him. What if he just forces somebody to be the double? Because
Yeah.
he can just like shove him in the hospital. He's like old
Yeah.
and he's senile, so the doctors will just assume like,
That's crazy.
yeah, if he's like,
Yeah.
oh, he turned me into an old man, like they're not gonna fucking believe
Mhm.
him. They're
Or
just gonna
it's
be like, oh,
like-
he's going crazy.
It's like some kind of like Karate Kid thing where he's teaching his bandmates to do these certain skills on like instruments, but it turns out they're like the same skills that apply to like his job.
So
as a civil
that's why he's
engineer.
teaching the percussionist,
Yeah.
because then the percussionist can use hammers
Yeah.
and shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was.
Yeah.
You just gave me that blank stare. I love it.
I get it now.
Yeah,
I get it
no,
now.
Incredible.
Okay, so so he's training up the percussionist,
Yeah.
but it's not exactly like the percussionist isn't exactly like agreeing to it. He's like being poisoned almost into being his body double, but he's also teaching each of the bandmates like a skill that would allow them to replace him. So maybe there's this arc where like the percussionist doesn't want to do it at first, but then when he's the body double for the civil engineer,
He like realizes how much people look up to him.
yeah, and
Yeah.
the lush like life that he gets to live as that civil engineer.
Yeah.
So then maybe a struggle near the end of the film is the just like how the civil engineer has to keep taking this drug to be the rocker, the drummer wants to keep taking the drug to be the civil engineer. And so they both get the watches and are both on timers constantly to live that double life.
Yeah.
But they each enjoy the other one more. They each
Yeah.
enjoy the one that they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
But they have to constantly source this chemical.
Yeah. I think there should be room for like an arc where, because if he's being like kind of forced or like tricked into learning this stuff, and he doesn't realize the extent of like the bad like corrupt things that the engineer's done, I think at first at least he can want to live that life and like that, and he's on board with that. But then once he realizes kind of, like, I think
Is he the character that makes the connection and realizes what's going on?
I think so. I think I see an opportunity for this character to develop and realize that like he's the next generation, and what the current generation has done is not good, or
Right.
it's not right, at least. And yeah, I guess I don't know how it might, what decisions he might make in terms of like how he wants to carry on.
So is he our main character, Or is our main character the civil engineer, and then at some point it swaps?
Yeah.
Are we doing like dual protagonists,
We
but
could
it
do
swaps
dual
at the midpoint?
Yeah, I think that would be interesting.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. So he wants to take over the lavish lifestyle, and he enjoys it for a little bit, but then maybe as we get closer to the climax of the film, he realizes what's going on, and that like he has to do something about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a moment like, have you seen Unbreakable?
I'm not.
Have
Maybe.
you seen it? It's the one with Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson.
I don't think so.
Oh,
no.
it's M. Night Shyamalan. Or like, there's like a scene at the end where
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson's character is like really smart guy, and like, I guess there's just a twist at the. Oh wait, I don't know. I don't want to spoil it, but I think there could be could be a moment where he puts together the dots and realizes that a lot of the things that kind of led him to be fortunate in life were kind of orchestrated through tragedies.
I see. Okay.
By the civil engineer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So then he realizes this around the climax point of the film.
Yeah.
He wants to do something about it. And so what is the thing that he does?
Yeah. I think one of the options, because I think there could be like a feel good option, which is might be easier, or I don't know, but the first one I think of is, I think I've seen this route sometimes, is that like they realize it's almost like the Matrix, where they realize like people live good lives in the Matrix, but it's built on such a corrupt base that like it just needs to burn.
I see. Yeah.
So like people will get hurt, people will die, but like a society, or it only is possible when you just live in complete ignorance of what's really going on.
Right.
Yeah.
So we have our main story beats. We haven't decided officially on some of them, but that's okay. I think once we pick characters and who our cast, we can decide what would fit those people better. So who is playing our old man civil engineer / rocker character?
Ooh, maybe we could do like a Gemini Man, like, because I was already thinking about Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
Like old Samuel Jackson playing, or I don't know how old he is, but like current, like he's played old characters, right?
I mean, he's probably in a
like Butler and Django. Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's civil engineer.
Yeah.
And then like,
and then he's also a rocker.
Yeah, it's like we don't necessarily need two different actors to play.
Yeah. But it's just like a younger version of himself.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Gemini Man might not be a good example because I don't know how good the effects were.
It was okay.
Yeah,
they weren't great.
Yeah,
it was okay.
Yeah, they're probably.
So Samuel L. Jackson as our civil engineer / rocker. Who is our drummer character that ends up being like our other lead? It could be younger.
The guy from Whiplash. It's like drummer actors.
What's his name? Oh man.
I know him from Fantastic Four.
Fantastic.
No, I haven't seen that. But
what's his name? I totally forgot.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Can you look it up? Whiplash guy.
I know he's like actually an incredible drummer.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the drumming in that movie is.
And also just a good actor in general. But
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller, that's right. So Samuel L. Jackson and Miles Teller are our leads. So Samuel L. Jackson as a civil engineer runs a town in which he has built everything but with illegal material. But that illegal material is also like a drug to him. It's like a chemical. And so at any point he can like you said, break a pipe or like take something to get more of that chemical. And that chemical turns him into the rocker, which runs rock shows, which are both rock music and also a place where he can sell his illegal material.
Who does he turn into? What actor?
I think he's the same actor.
Yeah, I think like young Sam, like a.
He's just younger and like
make
different costumes,
Yeah.
and like all that stuff, right?
Yeah, or because I think because I think in Django they made him look a lot older.
They did, yeah.
Yeah. So like if he can, do that, and then he could probably, he could do.
I think you can make it work because like
Yeah.
if he has full costume change, maybe wears glasses in one, doesn't in the other, facial hair in one, not in the other, et cetera, et cetera, et
Look
cetera.
pretty different,
Yeah. I think it'd be different enough.
Yeah.
But it also helps the audience cue into like that they are actually the same.
Yeah,
character.
and like if he like begins to transform, he doesn't realize it. Like because it's the same actor, you can put certain cues like, oh, like he has gray hairs now. or
Yeah.
something,
Oh
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's almost like a very soft pseudo magical element to
Oh yeah.
like the chemical.
Yeah, I think because I think there's a lot of there could be a lot of cool like gimmicks or dynamics in terms of like not all the materials are like have like poisons in them that just turn him into a rock, or like like he could be like, okay, like this concrete, like he knows like this concrete will just like is just asbestos, that'll kill you.
Yeah, that'll
But,
just
like,
kill you.
Yeah, but like this pipe has the like uses like that component.
Maybe it's a specific alloy or metal, like we said with the hip
Yeah.
replacement thing. There's a specific metal that he uses that has been infused with this chemical, and so like there's a scene where he's like frantically trying to find something because he ran out or whatever,
Yeah.
and then he has to find that pipe that's made out of that specific type of alloy or that specific type of metal.
Yeah.
And that's why like the rebar is the metal.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's only the metal that has it in it
Yeah.
because it's an
He has to
alloy,
break it open.
and he has to break it open to get the chemical out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think
Okay.
thematically, I think we kind of started out talking about how he is only caring about his civil engineering, but he doesn't care about anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It could be that like in searching for what is essentially a drug,
Mm-hmm.
he ends up harming other people, and by harming other people, he realizes the harm he's inflicting on himself by taking this drug and then changing his lifestyle to be something.
What do you mean by harming
maybe
other
unhealthy.
people? Do you mean physically or emotionally?
I guess it would be better worded as like inconveniencing people. The
Mhm.
first thing that came to mind is that it's in a pipe. And he knows it's in a pipe,
Mm-hmm.
so he like tears into somebody's house because he's like really desperate to get it. Like he's transforming. He's almost
see.
old. Like
Mhm.
he tears in there, fucking like obliterates the wall, rips
Yeah.
the pipe out, while like
Yeah.
a family watches, and they're just like, "What the fuck is?
I
What is
see.
this guy doing?"
So he's never actually trying to hurt any people, but he's just like through the actions he's doing, he is.
Yeah.
I see. Okay. He must be like the rocker must be like the Hulk. He's gonna put his hand through a wall and grab a pipe out and chomp on it.
Yeah.
I gotta make Samuel like really fucking.
Just absolutely.
His young rocker
Massive.
self is fucking beefy.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. In terms, I think one plot hole that I had an idea about was how does he do all this with a broken hip? And like I guess he is stronger. But
Well, is the drug is like de-aging him, right?
yeah, but like he's still. I don't know. I guess yeah. I guess you're right. I was just thinking of his
Or maybe he starts the film like that, but then the broken hip does affect his rocker self, and then he's like, "Oh shit, I have to like this needs to be fixed."
yeah.
And then how do we incorporate the drummer? Is he in the second half of the film? Is he only in the climax and resolution?
I think he's like good friends with him,
Yeah.
like more so than the other band members. Like the other band members are there, but they're just kind of on the sidelines.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe the opening act, maybe or like the opening storyline before the civil collapse is like it sets up as like the two main characters are this rocker and this older civil engineer, but then after the collapse, it turns out they're the same person. You know, like there's these two storylines.
Okay.
And you have the impression that like, oh, like this is like a town with like a really cool civil engineer and a really popular rock artist.
Mm-hmm. And then it all collapses.
Yeah.
If it's from the drummer's perspective, I had the idea that it could be. So he goes to the hospital for his hip, and he can no longer be the rocker.
Mm-hmm.
So the drummer realizes like he's not showing up to practice. Where is he? Because he can't get out
I see.
of the hospital. So the drummer like ends up finding him in his old form, and he tells him, "I'm actually this guy that you know from your band that you're in."
Oh.
And then that's where it kicks off the like switching. They like take the drugs to like switch
places.
who they are,
and then it becomes like the hit TV series Wife Swap.
It doesn't even have to be the drummer.
What?
It could be like
what's that?
The hit like I think it's TLC TV series Wife Swap.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about like something else.
in which families swap wives for like a week.
That's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
Oh my god, yeah.
Sounds funny though.
Yeah, might need to mute this, but I thought that was a porn category.
Just another word for cuckolding.
Yeah, I thought, yeah. That's
one.
I was shocked.
Reciprocated cuckolding.
I promise it's a show.
No. I believe you. I didn't.
Maybe that's where it comes from.
I
The
don't
show.
watch TLC.
I don't either.
I just watch people react.
But it
to
was
my
on in like
prediction.
2005.
Oh, that sounds about right.
Maybe that's where it
time
comes
period
from.
wise.
I could have also said like Freaky Friday or something.
Yeah.
It is like Freaky Friday.
This is
Yeah, it is like
Freaky
Freaky
Friday, Great Escape, Matrix.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like these are sounds kind of wild, but like very specific parts of those movies.
Yeah. I want when Audrey's editing this to figure out whether or not it's a porn category.
I'll figure it out like late.
Audrey, when you're editing this, just let us know. You know.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it's not denoted as such, but
Yeah. Just like a thumbs up or like blink twice if it is and once if it isn't. You know.
are you like Audrey Blink or
Yeah.
Oh,
So you have to be within eyesight of us while editing this specific part of the video.
Yeah.
So if you're not within eyesight of us right now, you must find us.
Find me. Call me right now.
Find us and blink at us.
Great. All right, cool. Glad we got that. Okay, so we have all this cast of characters, two of them, Samuel L. Jackson and Miles Teller. Miles Teller comes into the hospital. Samuel L. Jackson is injured, broken hip. He's like, "I'm your drummer." What does he do then?
Well, I think there's kind of like a brotherly relationship between them. So Miles Teller's character feels obligated to like take his place.
So
as the old man.
I see. Does he bring the old man the drug that turns him into the rocker? Is it the same drug?
Could be like, go to my house, get this.
Go to my house. In the wall, there's a pipe.
Yeah. Rip the pipe out.
Rip the pipe out. Take a bite.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait. This is the civil engineer talking to the drummer, right?
Well, it's the drummer talking to the civil engineer.
Oh,
but the drummer has taken the drug to become old.
Yeah, no, but
and become the double.
No, but like, I mean, like when you're saying like, go find this pipe, that's the civil engineer talking.
No.
Oh wait, the drummer's asking.
That's the drummer saying, if you want to turn back into the rocker, right? Is that what you were saying?
No, it was the other way around.
No, you were saying the other way around.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was saying like he visits him in the hospital. The drummer visits the rocker.
As the drummer.
I love that they were just calling him a rocker. Yeah, as the drummer.
Not as the old version of the drummer.
I was saying because this
not
is
as old drummer.
This is all kind of new to the drummer.
Yeah. Okay,
right.
Okay.
So he's like, in the civil engineer, he's like, go find this pipe. And he's using all this advanced like schematic language. And he's like, oh, what are you talking about? And he's like, and it turns out like a lot of the songs they were playing were mnemonics for it. So he does know.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That means we have to write a soundtrack for this movie. That's the songs.
Yeah.
And the lyrics.
Yeah. And he's like going along the wall. He's like, dun, 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 yeah. And he just like puts his hand through the wall.
He uses his drumstick to jab the wall.
That's great. I like that. Mm-hmm. That the songs are actually like part of the like diegetic story.
Yeah.
Like that's how Like that's how he was his apprentice and he didn't even know it.
Right.
Or he thought he was an apprentice in music, but
He's feeling the music, man.
Just gotta
Yeah.
feel
Just
it,
gotta
man.
feel the music
Just gotta feel it.
and all the drugs.
Just gotta feel it.
Music, man.
Can we take a funny noise break real quick?
Funny noise break. Woo!
Wah, 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 wah.
Beep, 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 boop, beep, boop. Okay, I'm satisfied.
Yeah, that was good.
Incredible.
What does the climax of the story look like?
This is a good question. I think I thought it was the original civil engineer like running out of the drug and then like being found out. Or do we have we did say societal collapse. Is there something that happens outside of their control that then the civil engineer can't get the drug and then is then found out?
Yeah, I think the climax could, because I see two routes for this. So there would be the civil engineer realizes the error of his ways and decides to fix it. That's one. And then the other one is the drummer realizes the error of the civil engineer's ways and realizes he needs to fix it. Or like...
So him in his old form has to stop the young, incredibly buff Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
And how do you do that?
Right.
Wait, what do you mean by that? Sorry.
The drummer.
You said the second option was that the drummer realizes the fault in the rocker's ways, and he has to stop it.
Yeah, or just like I guess I was saying like both, like them as this one character, but
who is one character?
like the civil engineer and the rocker.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So then is there a battle?
Yeah, because I guess if it's like that, then we decided earlier that it would be like less of a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, and more of like they're the same person and they remember it. Because because we could do that too, where like his rocker form gets out of control and starts to go into like a self-preservation mode where he's like, I need to stop this.
I think that's what we've kind of been leading to is like, even though he is aware of both, he really wants to be in the rocker form like the majority of the time.
Yeah.
And so it gets to the point where he's so addicted or so like broken that he just wants to constantly be that.
Yeah, and the drummer doesn't want to be the old guy.
Yeah. And the drummer initially wants to be the old guy, but then realizes he doesn't want to be the old guy anymore.
Yeah.
And so he's like, you got to go back.
Yeah.
So he's got to beat up buff Samuel L. Jackson as
So there's
old
a
man.
conflict, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I guess the resolution is what? Who wins?
I mean, I want the drummer to win.
Okay, so the drummer wins.
Yeah.
And does
But does he destroy the city? To like...
And that's the civil collapse.
Yeah. I guess it could be that. Yeah. Like, does he find a way to fix it, or is it beyond fixing?
The drummer.
Yeah.
Maybe the drummer realizes because of the songs how to fix everything.
The clues are hidden in the
clues are hidden
songs.
in the songs.
He figures out which chemical he has to force feed to the rocker to make him turn back into civil engineer.
The civil engineer.
Yeah.
And then he decides to spend the rest of his days trying to eradicate this chemical from the town so that the civil engineer can never become the rocker again.
And because they're both old now, they form a bluegrass band instead.
And then they move out
West.
to the country and live on a farm with bluegrass.
Where they're away from the chemicals.
That's right.
Addictive rocker making chemicals.
That's right. And they become a bluegrass band. They live on their lawns full of Kentucky bluegrass. And that's it.
And then they become gay lovers.
And then they become gay lovers.
What if that, like, the place they move out to becomes the settlement of a new city?
And the cycle continues.
Yeah, there's like a montage where they're building their house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love that. Okay. Let's come up with a log line and a title. Julian, if you'd like to get out your laptop.
Oh, baby, it's already out.
So usually we come up with the log line first, and then we decide a title. So, Charles.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can help me forge this log line in the fires of Mount Doom.
So I haven't seen Star Wars.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. So a
civil engineer.
Parentheses. Samuel L. Jackson. In every log line, I always denote each character after each actor after their character.
Civil engineer Samuel Jackson / rocker
young
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Rocket. He actually turns into a rocket.
A rocket, yeah.
And goes into space.
What is his thing? He must maintain his image. Must
maintain a double life.
Must manage a double life.
Yeah, or like scrambles to save his double life after a fall.
Yeah, that's right, because that's what it is.
After
he
breaks
falls.
his hip. Yeah.
Scrambles to maintain his double life after breaking his hip. Yeah.
Like in order to raise a new generation of civil engineers, or like I guess that's kind of like, I mean, it's a lot more than that, but
well, then the second sentence can be a drummer parentheses Miles Teller
parentheses Miles Teller
/ old man.
Oh yeah, we didn't really figure out who he's going to be.
No, we'll say a drummer Miles Teller must uncover the secrets of the civil engineer to save
the town and
the
civil engineer / rocker
and the rocker. But we want to be distinct now, because it's the secrets of the civil engineer that create the rocker.
Yeah.
So he needs to discover the secrets of the civil engineer in order to save the city and the rocker, even though they are the same character.
Incredible.
We need a title.
Civil collapse.
Civil collapse. Civil collapse : a rock show.
Can we try it a little harder?
Oh, what if the drummer's name is Ert, and then we call it a rock Cons-Ert?
Absolutely. Yeah, let's do it.
Civil collapse : a rock Cons-Ert.
Oh yeah, because like cons is almost like sin, like like without. Is that how does that work as
as a word?
Or like
cons?
Oh no, I was thinking of sans. You know, like
Cons-
like. I knew I was making a mistake mentioning like without Ert or something. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a funny wordplay thing that is probably too much.
Cons-Ert.
I mean, we love silly wordplay things.
We do love silly wordplay things. This much is true. If there's one thing that I know about me, that I love silly wordplays. Are you fine with that title? Are you good with that title?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, Julian, give me a read back.
All right, logline. A civil engineer, Samuel L. Jackson / rocker.
Oh, wait, sorry. Sin-Phony. A rock symphony.
Rock symphony.
Gotcha.
We can keep Ert, but as the name.
A rock symphony Cons-Ert. We could fit them both. A rock symphony concert.
Yeah. A rock symphony Cons-Ert.
I don't know if there should be a dash there or not. Oh well.
Great.
All right. Logline is a civil engineer, Samuel L. Jackson / rocker, Samuel L. Jackson, scrambles to save his double life after breaking his hip. A drummer, Ert, Miles Teller, must uncover the secrets of the civil engineer to save the city and the rocker.
And what's the title?
Civil collapse. A rock symphony Cons-Ert.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
Fantastic. Awesome. We love that. All right. Well, that was goofy.
Incredible.
I like this.
Um,
like this one.
All right. Thank you, Charles, for coming on. Do you have anything you'd like to promote or any shout outs?
No.
What about like something funny?
Oh,
Like a favorite TikTok or?
I mean, yeah, I could probably show you something.
Well, you're not showing me. You're showing the American people.
Yeah, but like I can just show you something, I guess.
All right, Charles.
Yeah,
Thanks for being on the episode. Your idea, great. And Samuel L. Jackson, great.
Thank you.
He's two things.
He's two things.
Well, three things. A rocker, civil engineer, and great.
All right. Thanks for watching / listening, and we'll see you later. Bye.